Hello, I'm Yanko from Tactical R&D, and today I'll show you our brand new product, the Google Cloud Storage Connector version 1.0 for secure transport. It allows you to download files from Google Cloud Storage using secure transport and to upload files to Google Cloud Storage from secure transport. So first of all, regarding the download options, it allows secure transport to pull file or files from a named Google Cloud Storage bucket based on a schedule to process them according to a configured subscription or on demand. It also allows to move or rename or delete the source files as a post-transmission action. Secondly, we can upload files to Google Cloud Storage from Secure Transport. So Secure Transport pushes the files to a named Google Cloud Storage bucket, and we have this feature to allow for additional encryption, customer supplied and customer managed if required. It's very important to mention here that Secure Transport 5.4 patch 19 or later is required to run this connector. So now let's go to the additional features. In the download options, we have several new additions. So first of all, the download pattern type now supports glop and regex syntaxes. Then we have the persist folder structure option, which is going to keep the same folder structure from Google Cloud Storage in Secure Transport afterwards. And we can also download encrypted files with provided encryption key. Regarding the upload options, we have the option to grant owner or reader permission to a file and also to specify object metadata of the file. Both standard metadata and custom metadata is supported. Now let's proceed with the installation of the plugin. I have already logged to the Secure Transport server, and here I have navigated to the transfer sites folder and downloaded the plugin. Now I need to unzip it. Once unzipped, I need to navigate to the bin folder and execute the stop all and start all scripts to restart ST. Now let's configure our transfer site. So first of all, we have created test user account. And now let's create a transfer site, add new. Our site name will be GCS demo, and it will be using transfer protocol Google Cloud Storage. So the UI for the Google Cloud Storage loads, and now let's begin. First of all, this may be the most important setting. This is our bucket. It should be already created in the Google Cloud project, and in our case, it is going to be our bucket name is Cloud Storage Bucket Demo. Then comes the service account email. This is the service account credentials, the email address in the Google Cloud Storage. So you should have this one as well. Let me paste it here. Now we need a service account key. We have imported it already in the Secure Transport, so I'm going to just use it. And the impersonate user email, this is if we want to use another email and pretend that our actions have been done actually by this email address. This email address must be valid and it should be registered again in the Google Cloud Storage. In this case, I'm going to use this one, Google Drive User 1 and Taxway RD test. The network zone is standard. This is if you want to use a proxy. Verify certificate for this site. I'm going to enable this. And the FIPS transfer mode, I would leave this disabled for now. Now let's continue with the advanced connection settings. Here we have the cipher suites. I'm not going to modify those. The enable SSL protocols, in our case TLS 1.2, and receive and connect timeout in seconds. 25 is the default value. I don't recommend setting them to a too low value because your transfer might fail. So I'm going to uncollapse them and proceed to the download settings. So first of all, we can specify the download folder. As you can see in the tooltip, it is the remote folder in the Google Cloud Storage. So if we specify a folder, it's going to look in this specific folder only. And if we put only root, it's going to download everything from the bucket. If you leave this field empty, it has the same effect. It's going to download everything from the bucket. I'm going to configure those specifically later in the demonstration. So I'm now going to quickly go through them. So this is the download folder in the Google Cloud Storage. Then we have the pattern. In the tooltip, you can see some examples of patterns you can use. We also have the recursive download option, and when we click it, we have the preserve folder structure. Recursive download will go and download everything from the folders inside the path that we've given, and preserve folder structure, as explained in the tooltip, the remote structure is going to be copied locally, so it's going to be the same. Then we have the receive file as. Again, it can be received with a different name. We can apply different examples directly from the tooltip. For example, the first one is going to add a date at the end of the file. And here is the metadata map. What it does is that it is going to store the specific metadata for the file in stflow attributes of the downloaded file. So it's evaluated first, and by using environment variables and the examples provided here if required, we can save the metadata on secure transport. Now this is relatively new. Google Cloud Storage Connector supports customer supplied encryption key. If the remote file is encrypted, and the same key must be provided to download the file. It should be a 256-bit key and encoded in base 64. So when we click on the import key, we'll see here is the import window. We choose a file, click import, and it's going to appear here. And last but not least, in the download section, we have the post-transmission receive options. They are standard. So if we fail, we can do nothing, delete the source file, or move or rename the source file, depending on what we prefer. And on success, we have the same. So for example, once we download a file from a specific folder on Google Cloud Storage, we can delete it or move it to another folder. Now let's continue to the upload settings. In the upload settings, we have similar options. So first of all, the upload folder, we can specify a folder on the Google Cloud Storage site where we want to upload our files to. If we leave it blank, it's going to upload to the root of the bucket. Then we have the send file as. Again, we can change the file name once it's been uploaded, apply current date or random ID, depending on what we need. And we can preserve the metadata values from the files when we upload them as well. Here again, we have additional encryption option. The first option is customer supplied encryption. Again, we import the key. And then we have customer managed encryption. If enabled, here we are using a key generated by the Google Cloud Key Management Service. It is used as another layer of encryption, and the resource ID must be provided. It's accomplished using a service account, and this account must have been granted access to the KMS encryption. Last but not least, we have the access permissions here, and we have owner and reader permissions, and we can add users, groups, domains, or projects. And once set, what we write here, the users, group, domains, or projects are going to have owner or reader permissions on the files that we upload. So these are the configuration options for the transfer sites. For the transfer site, now let's proceed with the demonstration. The purpose of our first demonstration is to download some files from the Google Cloud Storage, and we are going to use several options here. So first of all, we are going to download only files with TXT and XML extension, and we will persist the folder structure and download files recursively. Also, we are going to append a random ID to each file name by using a download post-transmission setting. So now let's see how this is going to happen. First of all, let me show you. Here is our transfer site, the GCS demo. And I'm going to configure it for the download. I have already subscribed it to advanced routing. So here, once the UI downloads, download folder, I'll leave it empty meaning I want to download everything. For download pattern, I'm going to click on the tooltip and select the matches files ending in XML or TXT1 and click on use example. Once I click on use example, you can see that we're using a regular expression and the download pattern has been filled automatically. I'll check the recursive download and the preserve folder structure. I'll leave the receive file as empty. Also the metadata map I'll leave empty for now. And in the post-transmission receive options on success, I would like to rename the files in the source and add a random ID to the file name. I'm going to click on use example here. These are all my settings. I click save here. And before I initiate the download, I'm going to show you how the files look on the Google Cloud Storage. As you can see, now this is the Google Cloud Platform. We are in our Cloud Storage bucket demo. And we have test folder and test.txt file. I'm going to enter the test folder. You can see here we have a PowerPoint file. We don't expect this to be downloaded because of the settings that we provided. And inside we have a test folder 2. And inside it we have test.xml file. So we expect test.xml file and the test.txt files to be downloaded only, and we expect the folder structure to be preserved in ST. So let's see what happens. So let's move on to the Secure Transport Administration. Here, click on Subscriptions, GCS Pool, and I'll initiate the pool now by clicking on Retrieve Files Now. We wait a bit, and I've already logged in here. As you can see, the GCS pool folder is empty. I'm logged in with the test account. And I'll refresh it. And as expected, we received the TXT file. Now we have the test folder. Let's see what's inside. Nothing. As you can see in the test folder on the Google Cloud Storage, we have the PowerPoint file, so it has not been downloaded. And then in test folder 2, we have the XML file exactly as we have it here on the Google Cloud Storage. And as you can also see, because of our setting, once downloaded, this text.xml file has been renamed, and Secure Transport has appended a random ID after its extension. So it's extension underscore random ID. Last but not least, we can see that in the GCS pool folder, we have the folder structure preserved. Last but not least, let's check what happened in the file tracking. So navigate back to the Secure Transport Administration. Here is the file tracking. And as you can see, the files have been successfully transmitted. Successfully because here we see the green check marks. And when we click on the check mark, we're going to see additional information about each file. What is very useful here is that we can see the protocol commands. So get credentials, get file, download file, PTA move rename, and the response calls. So we have 200 OK in these cases, which is what we expected. And then we have also the post-transmission status here. So we have operation type pool S, completion succeeded, what is the result, in which folder it went, etc. This is very useful for troubleshooting purposes. So with this, our download demonstration is completed, and let's proceed to the upload one. The purpose of our upload demonstration is to upload a file using impersonation, advanced expression evaluated upload folder, to set the metadata of the file, reader permission, and decryption. So we have a lot to do. Let's go ahead. First of all, let's see. Here we have our bucket again, and I'm going to delete everything so that I can make sure later that we are uploading into an empty bucket. As you can see, it's empty now. Next, I'm going to go to the Secure Transport and edit the transfer site. Here is our test account. and our GCS demo transfer site. So first of all, we're going to set the impersonate user email, and we are going to use this one. Then I'm going to hide the download settings. For upload folder, I use a regular expression here directly from the tooltip because I want to append the date at the end of the folder's name. Then I'll use additional encryption here, customer supplied encryption, and I use the encryption key txt file. I'll import it, and as you can see, now we have a key. Then I would like to modify the access permissions, and I'll put here the user to be equal to all users, and this should be actually in the reader, not the owner permission. And I would also like to add some metadata. So first of all, this is content language. I'll set it to BG, and a custom one from us. So demo is going to be equal to GCS demo. We have the impersonation. We have the upload folder with appended date. We have the metadata. We have the additional encryption, and we have the reader permissions. Looks like we're good to go. Let's save the transfer site. Now I need to navigate to the push folder, and here I'm going to upload a file. In my case, it's going to be a demo image. It has been uploaded. All right. Then I go here in the Google Cloud Storage, and I'm going to refresh the bucket and wait for the upload to happen. It happened. So now we have this folder created by Secure Transport by our plugin. Its name is folder_20th of June 2019. This is today. And inside it, we can see our demo image JPEG. Here, we need to check several things. So first of all is the encryption. As you can see, it's with the customer supplied key, exactly as we did it. Secondly, we click here, view metadata, and we can see that content language is BG, and our key that we entered, demo, has a value of GCS demo. All right, and last but not least, we need to see the reader rights. We click again here, edit permissions, and as you can see, entity all users has reader access, and entity here gdrive user 1 is the owner. This is the user that we have used for impersonation, which means that we have successfully uploaded the file, added readers, and did it on behalf of the user that we selected. At the same time, we have created it in a new folder with the date appended to the folder name. And last but not least, we are using customer supplied key for encryption. So let's see what happened in the file tracking. All right, so first, as you can see, demo image has been successfully uploaded to Google Cloud Storage. Let's click on the file to see what happened. Here are the protocol commands. Get credentials, upload file, OK, OK. Here we don't have any post-transmission action. and this means that our upload has been successfully completed. This is actually the end of our Google Cloud Storage demonstration. I hope that it has been informative, and I would like to thank you for watching.